Welcome back to the workshop with the Wira this weekend. All the W's. How are you? You all right? I've been working all week. Literally, I've done a 5-day stretch. I know. Hard done by. But meanwhile, Dad has been working hard on the Wira in the workshop, doing, I don't know, niggly little bits that has been bothering him. You know, the sort of stuff that you could probably live with on the project. But if you watch the channel, you know that Dad won't let something beat him. Let's have a catch up with Dad then and see what he's been doing, because I can see that the rear seat is out and I can see on the bench here there's some other bits and pieces that's been going on. We'll have a catch up with Dad then and see what he's been working on in the Wira in the workshop this week. Aha, hello, good morning. Mate. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
Yeah, you've been busy this week apparently.
No, I've just been tinkering about.
Well, every time I've been at work you've been sending me a little, oh, I'll fix this now, I'll fix this now. Talk us through the jobs then you've done one at a time on the Wira, please.
Oh, who did that?
You're proud of that, aren't you?
I was a bit surprised that it worked after I'd done it, yeah.
You've fixed the central lock-in. Let me send you, put up here the video that you sent me.
WTF. Would you Adam and Eve it?
And you sound genuinely shocked. OMFG. The Wira central locking works. Just show us again. It's on the key mode, isn't it?
Aye. WTF.
Oh no, WTF. Okay, fair enough.
Would you Adam and Eve it?
Good. So you fixed the central locking. It's been bothering us for a while.
It bothered me, yes.
Basically, we looked at the build sheet of the E3. By the way, if you haven't, if you're not aware, E3 Special Edition, one of 3 now, hopefully on the roads.
Better than E5 and E10.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think E3 stands for Euro 3. It's one of these Proton Special Editions. You know the score. But one of the things on the build sheet was remote central locking, and we could not for the life of us get it to work. So talk us through it then, because the last I'd heard from you, you had given up on it.
This little beast here.
Oh, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at it.
In fact, it's still got a bit of staining on it now.
So it's got a Proton
some sort of lubrication in it. So I've known cars for some reason leak oil up the harness, but I reckon somebody's squirted WD-40 or something in it trying to get it to go.
So this
I don't know.
unit, what would you call it?
It's the central locking relays.
Okay.
There's 2 little relays and a circuit in it.
And so you've had to replace it or what?
No, I took it to bits and cleaned it out.
Let's show you some pictures of that. So you looked at that and you were right in a previous video, you've said it's full of gunk and oil.
Yeah, because as far as I can see, John Boy, this car has key locking, central locking.
Yes.
And through that alarm system they've fitted, they managed to make remote central locking.
Yeah, because this is the remote control. It's like aftermarket, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just been lashed in by...
At the import centre or at the dealership,
it's been done
hasn't
a bit flipping rough and all.
Is it? It's not done very well, no?
Well, no, it's the relays are hanging on the end of the wires and stuff like that. They've not... See, now it doesn't work.
Oh, is that because you've taken it out, is it?
No. I told you, it's for some reason it forgets. I reckon that is to do with the...
No, I reckon there's a micro switch or something in the door, you know. Either which way, it works on the fob now.
I've just messed it up.
It never works when you want it to. When you're being watched, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work now, look.
Oh, maybe you have to put it in the ignition bowl and relearn it and all that sort of stuff. So, but what you're saying is...
The remote central locking works.
You fixed the central locking.
Yeah. I'm not 100% happy with it.
No, well, we can fiddle about with that off camera. I did have a look at the internet to see if we can work out what was wrong.
Yeah.
Does it work in the passenger's door then? Or?
We messed it up.
You broke it now. We'll have to sort that out. But the remote works anyway, doesn't it? So that's good news. How long did that job take?
A few minutes, really. So
Once you've...
just tinkering.
You're annoyed at yourself now.
I'm annoyed that we've messed it up.
It'll be all right. We'll sort it out.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't think she was fully entered. No. Did you hear it click?
I did hear it click, yeah. Try again.
It might still be a bad connection. No, we've messed it up, dude.
Oh. Aha.
Nope, that's gone. Bums.
Well, that's something for you to fiddle about
Wish we'd never looked at that.
with at a later date. But the remote central locking, we're getting closer to having it
I
repaired.
was working on the key lock, wasn't it? Oh dear, John boy. Oh dear, now we've got some mechanicking to do. I wonder what that was all about.
Maybe you need to take it apart and clean it again.
I'm a disappointed actor.
Yes. Moral of the story.
Yeah, don't have the film crew. Anyway.
Don't mess about with that. That's something else for you to sort out again at a later date. But show us quickly. Diddy.
What's it? This
Show us
thing
on the
here.
key. There you are. Good. Well, does it work if I was to... Aha, it does.
Good man.
So it works on there anyway, so... There you go.
It's a bit gammy, isn't it?
Bit temperamental that, but that's one job jobbed. Are you proud of yourself for that one?
I was a bit surprised it worked, yeah.
So that's the first thing you've done this week, fixed
Yes.
the central locking. Tick. What else have you tackled on the car?
Fuel gauge.
Yeah, because I've noticed the back seat is out. Yeah. So the fuel gauge wasn't working.
No.
Basically.
It was totally beggared.
When Shane and I went and picked the car up, it showed that it got some fuel in it, and then we put some fuel in it, and then we didn't move. Can you explain to us, please, how you fixed the fuel
regular
gauge?
readers will know that the fuel pump looked like it had been fossilised.
Yeah, So if you're watching this video and you've not got any experience about the project so far, it had been stood for 12 years and it didn't start. Basically, we fitted a new fuel pump twice because it was rattling and knocking and banging, and the fuel pump was knackered because it'd been, as you say, looked like it'd been at the bottom of the sea.
So we break this now?
No, well, let's leave that alone, I think.
No.
You're going to... So you're in the back there taking out the fuel sender. Because handily you can get to the fuel sender at the back by taking the plate off, but not the
Fuel pump.
not the fuel pump,
No, which is a bit of a nuisance, really.
which is really handy.
Because it's horrible doing that fuel pump laid on your back with a tank.
Yeah, you have to drop the tank. So there's the fuel sender in there, and out it comes.
Safety first. Have you put the no smoking signs up?
Yeah. Don't light a
One might have come round here with a pipe.
don't light a cigarette. So you've taken it out again. Thanks for that. For the benefit of the viewers. You can take it over to the bench, I think.
To the bench.
Show us what you've done.
Where's the keys gone?
Oh, in your pocket.
No.
Oh, keys on the bench.
Ah, good. Don't want to lock them in the car. What's all this production rubbish here?
Right, so this is the fuel sender.
What happened
Hang on a
was-
minute, let me just show people a photograph as taken out the car. Right, so looking at that, tell us what was wrong.
This was fossilised.
That's a good way of putting it.
And what the problem was, the wiper has not gone, the variable resistor was all right, but here there's a brass contact which rubs against this case just to earth it out, so that the... a variable resistor.
So how does this work? So this is a float, isn't it? Just a piece of, what is it, like plastic or something. It floats in the tank on the fuel, and as you can see here, there's this this piece here, and it rubs against that resistor, and that sends a message to the needle and says how full your tank is. Correct?
Yeah,
Good.
simple as.
And it was all gunked up.
It's just a variable resistance. There's
What's this?
That's the low fuel sensor.
Oh, right, okay.
There's a little thing there, and if it's not in fuel, it puts the red light on the dash.
That's handy to know. I bought you some of these, by the way, upholstery brushes. Use them in a second.
You can use them on your floor mats. Can you use them on your mud flaps as well?
Yeah, we'll talk about mud flaps and floor mats in a minute.
With the stuff that really matters.
It's been a monumental cock-up this week in the garage on my behalf. The Mike Brewer has done a bad job. The Ed China has done a great job.
So, wire comes to the gauge up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Goes through the gauge, and the wire comes to there, and it goes through this rheostat and earths it out basically through this connection here.
Okay.
The middle one is the warning light.
Okay.
So now we've just got a variable resistor. What's the gauge? A different scale.
I'm just going to tip that so we can see
A
it.
different scale. That's better.
Right, you show us.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Lots of resistance, not much resistance. Gauge goes to the top, gauge goes to the bottom.
So the amount of resistance controls
The gauge.
in the car.
Basically, if I'd got an analogue voltmeter here with a lever, it'd be nearly the same as your it's a voltmeter.
Yeah. Okay. So that was all. Was it rusted?
Resistance and not, eh?
Was it all rusty?
It's all that sludgy stuff.
Yeah.
I cleaned it out with the Dremel, but I've been careful not to do. It's all this. It was full of this sort of.
That's almost like scale from your
residue.
teeth, isn't it? You know.
It's residue, and I just cleaned it out with the old Dremel, put it back together, and
So I did manage to source
rest
one
on
of
my
these.
laurels, really.
Brand new. Managed to source one of these brand new.
Yes.
From France.
Yes.
£50. So I'm glad that you fixed
Made
it.
by VDO. In fact, there's a part number on there. You could.
Yeah, you read the part number out. Can you see?
VD. Oh no, I can't, mate. My eyes are not very.
Just in case you're having the same problem, we can give you the part number. That's if we haven't scratched it off.
The VDO 70670, but then it says PW 510.
Yeah, well, the PW number is the Proton number.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There you go. But anyway, as luck would have it.
It works.
Yeah.
You fixed it. Top man. Thank you very much. So that's a job jobbed. Saved us £50 and waiting on that from France.
But what was wrong with it was, like I said, there's a little brass terminal on the end of that arm there, which just goes to the case.
Oh.
And it was full of dirt, so I cleaned it out.
Job jobbed. So put that back in.
Yeah, I'll pop that back in.
Pop that back in, and we'll put the bench back in.
Yeah. Oh, get the ignition key, son.
Yeah.
Put it in the ignition,
Yeah.
and we'll do some gauging.
Ooh, gauging. Like and subscribe for gauging.
Gauging.
So what are you going to do? You're going to play about with the sender,
We'll send us. You put the key in.
and I'm going to watch what happens here. Okay, all right, let's have a look. So, when it's reading,
I apologise if I cough. I'm getting choked by petrol fumes.
it's all right. Right, so it's actually reading at the moment.
It'll go down though. They have to be driven down usually. These modern ones. Ignition on, yeah.
Right, ignition's on, mate.
It's gone down now.
Well, it's going down slightly, yeah.
Yeah, but they need to be driven down. Watch.
There she goes, there she goes.
They don't fly up and down like a Morris Minor would do. It just goes doop and
No,
down.
so it's reading half full. I can see a problem though.
What?
Well, my temperature sender's reaching half full, so we can talk about that as well.
I'm not worried about that. What about petrol gauge?
Petrol gauge is going up to 3/4.
It's still going up.
Add a bit more, please.
Fill her up.
Fill her up, yeah.
It's still going up.
Still going up, yeah. It's not to the top yet. Da-da-da. We're not touching the top yet. We're not full. We're not at a full tank. What is it you're doing? Playing about with the float.
On petrol. Is it still creeping slowly or not?
Showing full, mate, full tank.
Right, there you go. That'll go down.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's proved that that works then, doesn't it?
It does. Just wanted to show you that.
Good. There you are. Gauging. Now the gasket I can see is on the bench. It's broken. What have you done? You've made a new gasket out of cork. Don't look at those wheel trims, by the way. They're for a separate video.
Secret wheel trims.
Yes, they are secret wheel trims. You would not believe the drama I've had with wheel trims for this car, but we'll talk about that in a separate video all about wheel trims. Oh, check this out. Check that out, look. Day shift B, C-line, 17th of July, 2001. So if you were working in Shara Lamb, I think that's where this car was built, on the day shift B on C-line on the 17th of July 2001, we have your rear seat in our Wira. There it is. Cool. Right, so back on goes that cover. We're going to silicone that back down and put the rear bench seat back in. Any goodies behind the back seat? Anything we found? Any 5p pieces, pound coins?
No, not even a trolley token. It looks like it's one of them things that goes on the edge of your door trim.
Oh yeah, well that can go in the bin. You mean one of the door protectors?
Accessory.
No, that can go absolutely in the bin.
You don't like that, don't you? It's a good design, this is.
What's that?
Like this, you pull that lever, look.
I can't see, all I can see is...
Well, come and have a look then.
Let's come and have a look.
You pull that, look, and that's how you take the seat out.
Oh, well, I wish we'd known that before we started yanking it about the first time.
You see?
Oh, I see.
Good design, isn't it?
So it's on like a seat release bracket.
Oh, is this, oh.
Oh.
You know what that is, don't you?
That is the CD cable.
Oh.
And you know what from the build sheet?
Yeah.
That was added. That came as part of the E3 model. You didn't get the CD player, you got the CD cable. Have you taken that out? Yeah, you've taken that out of there, thank you. Yeah, good.
No trolley tokens.
No, bad times. At least we've got some seat dampening.
I wanted a trolley token.
Right, so the back seat...
See that beggar's working, look.
Is in, yeah, you're still thinking about the central locking. Right, back seat is in, so you've done the central locking and the fuel gauge. What else have you been doing on the Wira this week?
On the Wirral?
On the Wira.
On the Wira. I have... can I put this trim back on?
Yes.
We need some clips for that.
We do. I tell you what we haven't found yet.
No.
The security knob for the radio. Oh. Have you found it?
No.
It's got to be somewhere in the car. So we can't test the radio yet. We'll keep looking for that security knob. Yeah, if I was the removable security knob for a Clarion in a Proton Wira, where would I be?
The glove box.
We've looked in the glove box, we've looked behind the glove box, we've looked under the seats, we've looked in the boot. I think it's probably missing. Excuse me, have I given you authority to touch those wheel trims?
Better to ask for forgiveness than ask permission.
Yeah, well, I like to ask for about 4 refunds on wheel trims that were the wrong thing. Right, now you've been pissing about with my wheel trims in the shape of a hidden Mickey Mouse. What else have you been doing?
I've been doing a little bit of tinkering under there.
Talk to us about that.
I took out the transmitter for the temperature gauge.
Yes.
And fiddled about with it.
Yeah, because that doesn't work.
And it must be, I don't know what the readings should be. I tried to Google it, but there's various different readings for different transmitters.
Right.
Because when I worked on Rovers, I'd got a chart that told me what there should be for each temperature. But
so the temperature gauge reads basically halfway.
It works like the petrol gauge.
All the time, yeah. But that's going to be something a little bit different, isn't it?
Well, you pull the wire off and it goes down, you short it to earth, it goes up. So it's better in my life, it's a transmitter that's wrong.
So we need to get a new transmitter. So can you take the transmitter out so I can see what we need?
Can do, yeah.
Okay, so let's get that temperature sender thing out of the engine. Is it a big job?
No.
Optimism. Oh, it's moving under its own steam. Oh no, wait.
It's under Dad's steam.
Dad power.
Dad power.
So let's have a look under this engine bay, because I've cleaned this. Oh, that looks good. The Magma 1.5, full of all the horses. It's down here somewhere then.
just took the wire off, and I'm going to get a little thing. You'll see the reasoning in a moment or two.
Taking this time to shout out the team at ProBike UK for sending us the OptiMate 6. It's actually at my house at the moment because I'm doing an experiment, but believe it or not, 12 years this battery sat, discharged. Talk us through your disbelief at the OptiMate, please, what it's done.
Well, we put it on it and left it for a week, and the battery is working.
Incredibly.
We ought to test it, actually.
Incredibly, the OptiMate has
brought it up,
recovered it. We will do a voltage and ampage check on that battery in a minute, but there's no camera trickery because I've had the OptiMate at my house all week. So this car has sat with the battery charged all week. I'm gonna guess 12.6 volts, maybe, who knows. But considering it's been sat for 12 years, discharged, we were both, well, what face did you make when you saw it?
Well, I wouldn't have believed it.
I made this face.
I would not have believed it, to be honest with you. It's desulfated it and got it going.
Yep.
It's probably not the best battery in the world, but it starts the blinking thing.
It works. So anyway, out comes this temperature sender.
Yeah, it's easy without the flipping airbox in. I'm trying not to take the airbox out because I'm feeling lazy. Let's try this one.
Hashtag lazy.
Yeah, I am. I'm a lazy man.
What's that? Oh yeah, don't use, that's my camera equipment rag, don't use that. So show us this thing then. Oh, the suspense is killing me.
It's not very exciting, John.
Okay.
It's one of them.
One of them. So it's literally just a... Oh, it's all cracked, look.
It is at the top, yes.
I wonder if that's what's causing us the problem.
Well, it works, but the resistances are wrong.
Well, that's what...
There must be, mustn't there? Well, I don't know what the resistances should be.
No, neither do I. How do I find that out?
I've tried Googling it and it's a bit vague. Let's face it, as far as I can see...
It's knackered. It needs a new one.
But it actually does work.
How does it work then? What does it do? It reads the water temperature and puts a resistance out and...
Yes, and I used to know how it worked and I forgot.
Oh, way, there you go. Comment down below, how does it work?
Something to do with some chemicals and stuff, doing some stuff and...
You're going to heat it up and it's going to show us... Hang on, let me come and look at that then. Go on then, do your experiment. Oh.
It's not working there.
It doesn't appear... Well, here we go.
Well, it's not working. Probably the gauge is not the right thing. Let's try something different.
But it measures resistance. No, it measures temperature.
That's a variable resistor.
This is a variable resistor.
Yeah.
Right.
Long story short. You can see the resistance is dropping the hotter it gets.
Yes, which will change the needle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's smoking. Okay, we need a new one of these then. I'll get one ordered. Well, I've managed to find one, miraculously, on the internet. £13 delivered. They're much of a muchness, are they?
I would imagine they fit more than one vehicle, yeah.
You just said to me off camera something about a problem with something else. Talk us through that.
Well, if you look next to it, there's one there with two terminals on, which talks to the ECU.
Yes.
That's the one we used to have the most trouble with.
Yeah, and they are not £13 on the internet. They're a bit more money, but you can buy them still as well. I had a good look because we just compared them. So that should literally be a case of put the new one in, hook it up, and hopefully it's going to solve the temperature gauge problem. So actually, some people would say, well, you don't need to know if the temperature gauge is working, but it's actually quite an important thing because we want to know if our engine is overheating. It should be okay because these are built in the jungle and designed for the jungle, these engines, but the last thing we want is forbidden mayonnaise, which hooks us on nicely to another problem that we've had a look at. Last time we spoke, there was a little bit of mayonnaise in there. and we didn't know if it had some rad seal or rad weld. Has it got the head gasket gone?
It's not bad.
We're not sure.
You'll find out.
We'll soon find out when we get driving to the MOT test centre on Thursday. Could be it needs a new head gasket. I've looked at the kit, £40, so we might be doing a head gasket on one of these. But at the moment we're okay, because we think it could be sort of rad seal, rad weld that someone's put
Old
in.
age.
Yeah, or rust, old age. Bearing in mind that radiator has been
Concerns me
replaced.
the fact that it got hardly any water in it when you got it.
Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. We don't want to do all this work and then the head gasket blow. Cool. What else have you done under here? Something about valve timing.
I've had a fiddle with the old valve clearances.
So these have...
I've done the tappets.
Yeah, these have variable valve timings.
No, they don't. Talking rot.
These have got
adjustable
adjustable valve timings. There we go.
No. They've got... Stop talking rot.
Right, what have they got, please? These have got...
Adjustable valve clearances.
Adjustable valve clearances, and we have known for them to sort of screw down. If you watch Steph from iDriver Classic, that's what happened to her car, which is exactly the same engine. The valves sort of screwed themselves down and had to be adjusted. Why does that happen, please?
The valves hammer down into the seats, and basically they get further through the head, so the clearances take up. And also the other way around, when you get a lot of wear, they can get too wide.
So it's adjustable. We know the times, we know the markings because we've done no end of these, and that's actually something we did on the Satria, the 1.5, the blue one, because Dad thought the engine was knackered, and actually it needed the valve timing doing and a fuel injector. Good.
Stop talking about valve timing.
Oh, valve clearances, you know what I mean. I'm the blooming apprentice. I can tell you about wheel trims and floor mats.
The man's an idiot.
Well, let's get off the hub cover. Okay, so you've done the valve clearances. Were they...
I probably was. You know when you accuse me of referring to somebody I'm not going to say the words, but you heard me on my microphone. Yes?
Yeah.
But I probably was, actually.
Yes, you're absolutely right. In a recent video, I had to edit out Dad calling me a F useless C, which means a flipping useless Charlie. You whisper to yourself, and sometimes you forget that you're mic'd for sound.
You keep talking about valve timing and...
Oh, valve clearances.
If it ain't flipping, blinking, blowing floor mats and the hubcaps, it's...
Hey, at least I'm not here pretending I know what I'm talking about.
Well, you're just not learning anything.
Don't you worry about that.
You're not picking anything up.
Oh, there's so much going in my brain. Right, so you've done the valve clearances. How far out were they?
These are useful things to have.
What's this?
Proper lead connectors on the end of your leads for your multimeter.
Oh, where did you get them from?
What mechanics have.
Oh, right, okay. Can we talk about the valve clearances,
yes,
please? So the valve clearances
were all tight.
Oh, were they?
They were.
So they needed loosening off a little bit. Will that make the car run better?
Should do, yeah, because it usually improves your not compression, but it improves the vacuum.
Okay. Have you done anything else?
The amount of times I had Renaults come in wanting all this diagnosis done, and I would say to the mechanic, have you done the valve clearances? Oh, they're not adjustable. Yes, they are on this model. Let's do the valve clearances first. Oh, it runs all right now. Yeah.
Shock horror. As you sat there.
Tap, it's upset the vacuum.
Nice and smug. Anything else you've done on the Wira?
Oh, I've done that much, I've forgotten. Oh, yes, I have. I've condescended to the world of John.
What do you mean? What?
The mud flap.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I got fed up of you waiting. I've got one of them somewhere. I've got a mud flap somewhere.
If I was a mud flap for a Proton of this era, Where would I be? Me being me, I'm a magpie, and people say, John, I've got some stuff for you, and they give me Proton stuff, which is great, and I'm really happy about that. Or if I go and break a vehicle, or if I go to a scrapyard and I can get some useful bits, I will do. The problem is I put stuff everywhere. Literally, I've got a big parts mountain of Proton parts, and it's not very well catalogued, and or it's in multiple different places. So Dad said you need a new mud flap. John Boy here, I know I've got a mud flap. Where I've got that mud flap, Lord only knows. So what have you done?
I bodged it up.
He's fixed the old one.
I've put some metal inside it and stuck it together with RTV.
Okay.
I hadn't got any Tiger Seal. They're better doing them with Tiger Seal, but that one's been done with RTV.
So it's got a mud flap on.
You can tell it's been done with RTV because there's some on the mud flap.
Okay, well it's got a mud flap on, which has been repaired, until I find the new one.
I bodged some metal inside of it.
Thanks for fixing that mud flap. How long did that take?
Too long.
Yeah, so that's why we wanted to put a replacement on, but we didn't. What else have you done on the Wira? Anything else exciting?
I think that's about it, really, son.
That's about it. Well, you've had a week of Wira tinkering. Enjoyed it, or...? Yeah. Still to come then, it needs a good old clean, it needs a good old hoover out. It needs
better than watching the telly.
Sorting out. That's my job for today. We're waiting then now for that that's a lie, that temperature sender thing that I've bought. Hopefully that'll fix that
Current
problem.
temperature thermistor.
Yes, and actually then it's MOT time. We're going to do a pre-MOT check on the car in a minute. That's a separate video. And just make sure everything's done. It still runs a little bit woolly, doesn't it? We think it's because somebody put naff fuel in it. What a dipstick.
It's not naff fuel, it's got old age fuel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got naff fuel in it. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work this week. Which is the bit you're most proud of? Which is the bit you thought, I didn't expect that this week?
It's a no-brainer, that one, isn't it? Well, I didn't think that central locking would work.
We'll end the video by showing the good people once more the central locking working on the key. Thanks for that. Good stuff.
Job done.
There you are then. A catch up with Dad about the Wira, and I don't know, it's time wasting waffle, this video, but thumbs up for it. If you've enjoyed it, let me know in the comments down below. We're pretty much there now. Now it gets to my bit. It's my bit now, which is cleaning and polishing and tidying and farting about with it and taking it for an MOT, which is with Neil in a few days. Thanks to Dad, we'll continue to improve the Wira. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Comment down below, like, hype, subscribe, do all the usual stuff. Engagement is what we need at the moment, so please get in contact and do all the usual stuff. Till next time, have a great day, see you later. Bye-bye. There are so many more Proton related videos on the channel, and I've actually selected a couple that I think you might like here on this page. Give them a click to watch them now. Don't forget to subscribe for more Proton fun and lots more videos coming soon.